long before the age of computers, satellites, and humming engines. Ancient civilizations mastered technologies that still leave modern science completely stumped. Imagine a world where materials healed themselves, where metals held molecular secrets we've only just rediscovered, and where intricate machines could map the cosmos long before the first telescope was ever pointed at the sky. These aren't just myths or legends. They're tangible artifacts and enduring mysteries left behind by our ancestors. Today, we're diving into 6 ancient technologies that, even now, feel like they belong to the future. Let's start with one of the most foundational materials of civilization. Concrete. We see modern concrete cracking on our sidewalks and bridges after just a few decades. But 2,000 years ago, the Romans created a building material so astonishingly durable that their harbors, aqueducts, and monuments like the Pantheon still stand strong against the test of time. For centuries, the secret was lost. When scientists finally analyzed samples from ancient Roman seawalls, they discovered something that sounded like science fiction. The concrete had a built-in healing mechanism. It contained tiny, unmixed lime clasts that were once thought to be a sign of sloppy mixing. But the truth was genius. When a crack formed and water seeped in, these lime pockets would dissolve and filling the gap and making the structure whole again. In essence, the Romans had invented self-healing concrete. Today, our most advanced engineering labs are pouring millions into developing so-called smart materials that can repair themselves. The Romans weren't just building for their lifetime, they were building for eternity. With the technology we are still desperately trying to Next, we journey to the ancient Middle East, to the legendary forges that created Damascus Steel. These blades were the stuff of legend, renowned for their incredible strength, sharpness, and a distinctive, watery pattern on their surface. A Damascus sword could reportedly slice through a falling piece of silk or cleave through a lesser iron blade without losing its edge. For centuries, the technique to produce this metal was a closely guarded secret, one that was eventually lost to history around the 18th century. Modern metallurgists, armed with powerful electron microscopes, finally unraveled the mystery. Hidden within the steel's structure were carbon nanotubes and nanowires. These are microscopic, cylindrical structures of carbon atoms that give the metal its unparalleled properties. To put that into perspective, carbon nanotubes were only officially rediscovered by modern science in 1991. How did ancient blacksmiths, working with nothing more than fire, hammers, and their own intuition, manage to create a material infused with nanotechnology? It's a question that challenges our entire understanding of pre-industrial craftsmanship. They were manipulating materials at a molecular level, something we believed was impossible without advanced scientific instruments. Now, let's explore the world's first known analog computer. The Antikythera Mechanism. In 1901, divers exploring a Roman era shipwreck off the Greek island of Antikythera found a corroded lump of bronze. For decades, it sat in a museum, dismissed as a curiosity. But as researchers began to explore it, they uncovered a breathtakingly complex system of over 30 interlocking bronze gears. This device, dating back to the 2nd century BC, was an astronomical calculator of incredible sophistication. It could track the positions of the sun, moon, and the 5 known planets. It could predict solar and lunar eclipses with remarkable accuracy and even indicated the timing of the ancient Olympic Games. The complexity of its gear trains, with their epicyclic and differential arrangements, is on par with 19th century Swiss clockwork. Nothing even close to this level of mechanical complexity appeared again in the historical record for over 1,000 years. It's as if a modern laptop were found in an ancient tomb. Who possessed the knowledge to design and build such a device? And more importantly, what other technological wonders from that era were lost to the depths of time? From the depths of the sea, we now travel to the arid plains of southern Peru to witness a mystery etched into the very earth. The Nazca Lines. These are a series of enormous created between 500 BC and 500 AD. They depict geometric shapes, spirals, and stunningly stylized figures of animals like hummingbirds, spiders, and monkeys. Some of these designs are hundreds of meters across. The most baffling part, their true forms are only recognizable from high in the air. The Nazca people, as far as we know, had no means of aviation. Yet, they created these massive, proportionally perfect artworks, as if they were sketching them from a bird's eye view. The precision is astonishing. Long, straight lines, run 4 kilometers across the desert, perfectly undeviated by the terrain. How did they achieve this level of large-scale geometric accuracy without an aerial perspective? Were they giant, astronomical calendars, ritual pathways, or, as some have speculated, were they messages or markers for someone or something in the sky? The lines remain a silent, sprawling enigma canvas that speaks a language we have yet to fully comprehend. Our fifth marvel takes us to Egypt, to a structure that has fascinated humanity for millennia, the Great Pyramid of Giza, beyond its colossal size. Its construction holds a level of precision that is difficult to achieve even with our modern technology. The pyramid, built over 4,500 years ago, is aligned to true north with an error margin of less than 1/10 of a degree. This is a feat of orientation that modern architects would need GPS and lasers to accomplish. The massive limestone and granite blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons, are fitted together so perfectly that you can't even slide a credit card between them. Think about that. Multi-ton stones, quarried and transported from hundreds of miles away, were shaped and placed with microscopic precision. Today, we would use powerful cranes, laser-guided cutting tools, and sophisticated surveying equipment. How did the ancient Egyptians, with their presumed tools of copper chisels and brute force, achieve a level of architectural perfection that remains a benchmark for engineers today? The pyramid isn't just a tomb, it's a testament to a lost science of engineering and logistics. Finally, we turn from stone and metal to ancient texts that describe technologies straight out of science fiction. The ancient Sanskrit epics of India, like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, contain detailed descriptions of flying craft known as Vimanas. These aren't just simple mentions of flight. The texts describe various types of Vimanas powered by what's referred to as mercury vortex engines, capable of moving with the speed of thought and producing light and sound. Some writings even detailed the construction of these crafts, mentioning special, heat-resistant metals and describing principles of propulsion, vertical takeoff, and even aerial warfare. While many scholars view these descriptions as pure mythological-etic allegories for the power of the gods, the level of technical detail is uncanny. They describe concepts that sound eerily similar to modern aerospace engineering, thousands of years before the Wright brothers ever took flight. Were these simply products of a powerful imagination, or were they, perhaps, the preserved memories of the forgotten age of advanced science? From self-healing Roman concrete and nanotech-infused Damascus steel to the Antikythera computer, the Nazca sky maps, the pyramids, impossible precision, and the legendary Vimanas. These relics paint a startling picture. They suggest that our linear view of technological progress, a simple line from primitive to advanced, might be fundamentally flawed. Ancient civilizations may have reached peaks of knowledge that were subsequently lost, only to be rediscovered centuries or millennia later. Perhaps history isn't just a straight line forward. Maybe it's a cycle of discovery, loss, and rediscovery, with the secrets of the future lying buried deep within our past. The forgotten machines of history are slowly coming back to life, reminding us that we still have so much to learn from those who came before. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join us on our next exploration.